Let's bring in Florida Congressman Mike Waltz joining us this morning. Congressman, come on, where do you stand? Do you want to remove Speaker McCarthy?
You know, Stu, I understand the frustration with status quo, the debt, the border, everything here in the swamp in Washington. But I just don't know that this is the plan. In the military, we call this a circular firing squad. Right. You know, in soccer, they call it an own goal. And what I don't get is Representative Gaetz and those that agree with him will have to work with Democrats to make this happen. And then Speaker McCarthy will have to work with Democrats in order to stop it. So, you know, the people smiling right now are Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden. And every minute that we spend dealing with this, we're not spending cutting spending, securing the border, and achieving our conservative goals that we were elected to do. So I'm frustrated as hell.
So I don't want to preempt your vote, but will you vote to keep Kevin McCarthy as Speaker?
Well, look, I mean, let's see how this all lays out. We haven't done this in 100 years, and what Speaker McCarthy is going to have to do is put what they call a motion to table it. And in order to overcome that, Gaetz is going to have to work with Democrats. I just don't see that as in our interest. I think we need to get back to work. And if that means keeping Speaker McCarthy to get us back to achieving what we were elected to do, then that's what I'll look to do, because otherwise I don't see a plan. People are talking about getting rid of him. Well, then who? And how long does that take? Yeah. And the biggest thing, Stu, is right now what we're also not doing is going after Joe Biden's corruption and uncovering what that crime family is up to, because we're all talking about this rather than that.
I'm going to move on, if that's okay with you, Congressman.
Sure.
Next case. The Pentagon is warning of dwindling U.S. military supplies, stockpiles. We've sent a lot of that equipment to Ukraine. So, Congressman, you're on the Armed Services Committee. What should we do about this? Send less to Ukraine? What should we do?
Well, look, what we've been doing is sending our old stuff, our old ammunition, our old equipment, and then buying new stuff to replenish. But I've been okay with that. The problem is, what is the plan from Joe Biden? How long is this going to happen? How long is this effort going to take? What does victory look like? And oh, by the way, Stu, what are the Europeans doing to defend themselves and share this burden? And, you know, in the middle of our border being out of control, I just don't see this support continuing forever, because the American people are saying, how long is this going to take? Joe Biden has dithered us into a stalemate here. And you're just seeing that frustration grow and grow.
What we really need is a lot more military spending. Isn't that the case? And that's not what we're going to get.
Well, I'll tell you, by percent of GDP in the Cold War, the minimum amount was 4%. It went all the way up to 11%. Right now, we're at 2.5%. And with the threats we're facing from China breathing down our neck, with Iran racing towards a nuke, North Korea having a nuke, an invasion on our southern border, yeah, I would support it. More efficient military spending, and every dollar that we save through reforms in the Pentagon, we need to be investing in the ships, planes, and tanks we need to defend against China.
You've got a tough job ahead of you, but you're the man to do it. Congressman, thank you very much for being with us. We always appreciate it, you know. See you again soon.
Thanks, Stu.